Hi guys. Well, it's very cold outside. It is still almost the middle of winter, so there is nothing to do in the garden except wait for most of the time. So I've had an idea to show you the basic tools that we use for repotting trees. Not for repotting, but for collecting trees. And some of these tools are specific tools for certain type of terrain. For example, for rocky terrain, or just for muddy or clayish terrain. And the other set of tools are just ordinary tools for collecting that you should have every time you go. Why am I doing these films? Well, probably because I'm bored, and I'm bored of waiting for spring to come, and this is really a nice pastime for me, and I'm happy if you can use any of the informations that you see in this small short unprofessional movies that I make. So if it brings a lot of joy and amusement to me, and if it's only useful to you, then I think that I've made a good job. So this is just ordinary mason's hammer, you see, and if you just cut this part and make it sharp like a pick, you will get a good tool for digging, especially in rocky terrain. So you will have a sharp point at one side, and you will have a flat shovel at the other side. So this one is just newly bought, you see. And when you sharpen, if you sharpen this part here, or just cut it sharp, you will get a nice tool for digging trees. In this way, the hammer is also useful to dig trees, but it is a good idea to have such a sharp pick. It is a good idea to have gloves. That it is not necessary for the gloves to be some expensive gloves, just ordinary cheapest gloves that you can find, like these. This cost maybe €2 or $2 or $3 in the supermarket or in the garden center. These are very good because these gloves have rubber on the one side and just ordinary cotton on the other side, so your skin can breathe, and this rubber is very useful when you grab some tool, and it does not slip in your hand. So nice gloves and cheap. So you just change gloves every few collecting trips. The best gloves are just new gloves. So when you make these dirty, or just tear them apart, just throw them away and buy a new pair. We use a few types of folding saws. They are also very convenient because you can just hide them away in their in this sleeve. So one of these saws is this one, and the other type of folding saw is something like this. They are dirty, sorry. See? Which saw is necessary best? That saw is expensive. It is, but it's necessary that it's sharp. So the best saw is sharp saw, or a new saw. So you just use it, and when you make it dull, you just throw it away and buy a new one. So because when we collect, these saws are often they are often sawing not only wood roots, they're sawing stones and rocks. Just incidentally, they pass on the surface of the rock, so they become dull. They have very short life. You will need to use an ordinary pick, especially if you collect trees in rocky terrain, where there is lots of rocks or bigger boulders or stones. This is the best tool. If you are a burglar, then you use this type of bars to open the doors of someone houses. So this bar can also be useful for moving big stones or big rocks. Sometimes it is good to have one at least in the trunk of a car. So you don't have to carry this on the mountain with you, but at least you put one of these in the car. You can make lots of different variations out of mason's hammer, like this hammer, which you can buy. The hammer like this, you can buy in every builder store. So you can make a tool for collecting, for digging trees, like this one. Or you can make a very convenient small pick, like this one here. This one is great, fantastic tool. You will need just ordinary cutters to cut roots or smaller branches. You will also need a large branch cutters or large root cutters, large size. These are very good. I use them for a few years now, and they are sharp and good, like they were for the first day that I bought them. This is one of our special tools for collecting trees. It is extremely effective. Basically, this is a big chisel, like something like a chisel. I don't know the better word for it. For digging trees, it is constructed out of two parts. One part is this iron bar with the flat and sharp tip or nose here, and this iron bar goes into iron or steel tube which has a weight on one side. So how is this working? So this the main disadvantage of this tool is that it's very heavy. So it has certainly 10 kilos, maybe some more, maybe 10 or 12 kilos, and you have to carry that when you go somewhere to collect trees, when you are climbing the mountain, or when you are climbing a rough terrain, so that is not so easy. So this is not used all the time, but in some special occasions, when you need to dig beneath the root ball. So first you dig a trench around the tree, and then you have to dig beneath this root ball, where usually there are some thick or heavy roots. Then you can cut them with this big hammer, with this big chisel. You can cut them deeply under the root ball. So I can try to show you how this works. You just put this chisel on the root or on the rock. It goes through stone or wood or probably anything, and just hit this steel bar and the sharp tip with this steel tube and weight, like this. So that's the whole thing. Well, there is a smaller tool of the same type. It is much more convenient to use and to carry than that bigger tool that I showed you a few moments ago. So you can make yourself a strap like this, and you can use it. You can carry it on your shoulder, or you can carry it on your back, like I'm doing it now. So it works on the same way, in the same way like that bigger chisel. It is constructed. It has a sharp tip that cuts stones and roots, and basically one steel bar, this is welded on this bar, and one hollow tube, steel tube, and a weight on one side, sorry. This goes in here, this goes in here, and it works like this, like that bigger one. This is one more variation of that big tool, that big chisel for roots and stones. It is basically the same, only this one is longer than the previous one, and it is made of extremely durable and break resistant steel, very hard steel, and also it is octagonal in diameter. When you cut it, it has octagonal dissection. Okay, you will understand me what I want to say. So these angles makes it even harder to bend. So it is very hard to bend this bar and this big chisel. So it is used on the rocky terrain when you want to cut some roots with the sharp tip, and in the same time when you want to tilt the tree or just to move the rocks or stones together with the tree. So this is probably the same like the previous one, but it's much more harder to bend. It is almost impossible to bend bend it, at least if you're a normal human being, and it's very hard. I believe that I already showed you this tool for pulling trees out of the ground. We call this power puller, or just 12, because this works like 12 men. So this has a steel rope and a mechanism, and this has a pulling strength of 2.5 tons. So with this motion you just pull the steel string in the mechanism, and this can produce 2,500 kilos of pulling. Together with the power puller you will need a few of these ropes. These are just ordinary ropes that people have in cars. When your car breaks down and you have to pull it with another car, then you use rope like this. So probably you will need 2 of these for collecting trees. They have hooks on both parts, both sides. If you collect some smaller trees, or some smaller stuff, or middle-sized trees, you will find very useful this tree carrier. This is just army carrier for many different uses. So you can use it for carrying trees. Why is this only for smaller size or middle-sized trees? Well, because you won't be able to carry big trees on your back. You won't be able to carry big trees on your back. I've tried, so you'll just fall backwards or fall on your side if there's too much weight on your back. So for smaller, or you can carry 2, 3, 4, 6 smaller trees on this type of a carrier, or just 1 or 2 middle-sized. Very useful. I will just try to show you this from that you can have a closer look. So this is a smaller GC hammer for digging trees. You see, this is a steel tube. This is actually this is a collector's edition, exclusive edition. This one is made out of stainless steel, and this is a stainless steel bar. This goes, one part comes in this other part, and you have a weight on one side, which has to be very good, very nicely welded here. This weight is not so heavy like on that other bigger GC hammer, so because this has to be it has to be possible to carry this tool on your back. Bigger hammer, GC hammer. The name is made out of initials of my friend Goran Chayko. So the initials are GC. and because he was the first who made this type of tool. We call this GC hammer, or we have a different creation name for it, but for you it will be GC hammer. So this bigger one is made of steel rod, steel bar, and here on one side there is a weight. It is probably 3 or 4 times heavier than the weight welded on the smaller version of GC hammer, and this is just a steel tube. So this goes here. And that would be all for now. Thank you for watching SandevBonsai Yamadori video series. We are expecting spring, and spring is so slow to come.